worse. Like if it was, like I can get into bad situations, but I don't do the whole like bad situation and then make it worse thing. I don't think as much. But characters in books have to do that.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Like conflict causing thing.
No, I'm the friend that everybody calls when they get into trouble.
Yeah. I usually want smarter characters, but the problem is the way I have it set up in my head, it's like they're smarter than I actually am. So it's like, how do I come up with something like that? I don't have the smartness to make it.
I mean, a lot of, I've noticed that a lot of if you have an E as your dominant function, it's like you're doing magic. Because you know all of those things, but it's subconscious, so just mess around with things, go haywire. I find that quite fun.
I know, that's like the best thing. And it definitely looks to other people like it's magic.
No, it even looks
or it looks so
like
easy
magic to me, but I enjoy it.
Yeah. Or
It's
it
like,
looks so simple that they don't realize like what the magic that happens. Like that happens too.
yeah.
Make
So
it
like
look too easy.
NE is dominant NEs are like magicians. That's how I've described them in my stereotyping when I was bored at school. Just magicians.
They just made magical things appear out of thin air
Yes.
and their ass.
Like at my job, I do wizardry. I call myself, like my last one, I was like, I am wizard in charge of X, because I never knew what I was doing, but I always made it work.
Yeah.
And then I do things now. I was like, like I said, I was like, as long as I perform a miracle every couple of months, like everybody stays really happy with me at work.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, I surprise myself too sometimes. You're like, ooh, I did that. That was cool.
There's rare times where that would happen for me. I like that to happen more.
No.
It's like, how did I pull that off?
I think I especially like the like SE, like when I impress myself with that, and I'm like, I just like, reacted and grabbed that, and like caught the bottle that's falling off the table or something cool, like, like,
yeah.
Hello.
Oh, no, that makes me so happy when it's something dumb like that. Or, not dumb, but like, you do something and you're like, oh my god. You just get hyped for a moment.
When you do something, you're like, oh my god, I'm doing something now.
Was that the something something song?
That was the, oh my god, I'm doing something now is the official title of the song.
Okay.
Something.
I gotta call the bank. Don't trust the bank. If you want to deposit cash into the ATM machine, do not trust the bank. I deposited some cash into the ATM machine. It returned my cash short $100 and said, oops, sorry, we ate $100, call this number.
Well, Eric, that's your problem right there. You trusted a machine. All the wealth.
you gotta realize there's an ENTP, like, accident, like, casually making the machines that are gonna be your masters, or at least that's my plan.
No, out of fun. It's gonna just happen.
I'm like, I shall build my own AI to like. Yeah.
No, actually, INTPs are going to be the masters of it.
I feel like theirs will be under control, though. Yeah. I want to build like the accidentally like crazy one. I want the crazy AI that's kind of that just. Yeah.
I just imagine like the INTP AI being, like they have this very well organized like system and network, and then the ENTP AI comes in and just screws everything up and takes over.
Yeah, the INTP AI is predictable, useful, and proper, and they're
like the other AIs
are like. The AI is like, watch this. It's just like, what's it going to do next? And I'm sitting over there, I'm like, I wonder what it's going to do next.
Yeah, like the INTP AIs are gonna be like, oh. Well, this isn't a human, this is an AI. Okay, that's cool. And it just starts, like, doing shit. Like, what? That's not even possible. How is it doing that? And they all just, like, freaking out.
Yeah, but if there were to be an AI, INTPs will be actually way closer to being overlords than ENTPs, although they wouldn't want it.
Okay, I wouldn't be an overlord. I would be its pal. It would be my new friend.
I
You
mean,
have-
ENTPs would be the scavengers that would be in the background having a mafia to survive. You know the mechanics.
Maybe.
Just like imagine if 5 of them and one accidentally touches the wrong wire and gets electrocuted, and then others just shrug it off and continue.
I was
with
gonna
their
say, yeah,
stuff.
we just shrug it off. We're like, oops.
Yeah. Oh, whoops.
That's okay. We'll just start up the cloning machine. We'll just make another batch.
We're like, try to remember not to do that same thing.
Yeah.
And then like a couple of days later, one of the NTPs that saw it happen, like literally does the same thing and dies.
And they shrug it off again. I can imagine like the little watermark over it, just ENTP things.
Yeah, because none of them are actually gonna like fix the problem or like fix
There'll be like a
things.
little sticky
They
note
stop,
underneath
like,
the wire, not on.
Like we'll remember not to electrocute ourselves, but then they don't.
It's gonna be a little like crumpled up sticky note underneath the wire, not on top, and be like, "Oh, please don't touch this. We'll die. Thanks."
But we would never actually put the sign up. Like that's the problem.
No,
So
no,
we
no,
wouldn't
no,
fix the
no,
problem, and
like
we
they
wouldn't
just-
put the sign up.
Then
No, someone gave it to them and told them, "Okay, can you stick it on the wire so at least like for now?" And then it's crumpled up, like it's not even on the wire. It's like it fell down.
Yeah, some kind other type like put a warning sign there for us.
INTPs.
Yeah. An INTP ghosted through and like yeah.
Warning, high voltage, don't touch. Why?
Yeah, there's just like scrawled like mark. No, it's like in blood. It's like why? From like the last one that almost died. Just was laying there like right now. Why?
Why? Yeah, ENTPs are the most irresponsible type.
Yes,
Yes.
confirmed.
Objectively irresponsible. I think internally we're very we like to take responsibility, but we don't like to behave responsibly. We like to
No,
take
we-
responsibility for behaving irresponsibly.
Yeah, the NTP
No.
makes two different definitions of responsibility, so they can say at least they're 1 out of 2 instead of
No,
none.
ENTPs think that responsibility is like just one of the goals. If responsibility is not a vocally set goal, then it's not to be surpassed. Therefore, we can surpass. No, if it's not a set goal, then we can surpass it. It's like you have free rules and you can go haywire with it.
Right.
Screw morality. Screw if we'll die. As
I'm not
long
saying
as
taking like external risks. Like we're not responsible. It's just, but like if we do something, we're not going to be like, no, that guy did it. We're going to be like, yeah, I totally did that.
well, maybe
Like,
the
yes, that
more
was me.
mature ENTPs.
I mean, anyways, responsibility doesn't really sound like a fun word. Sounds anti-fun.
I mean, you discover shit, and that's
That's
nice.
a good argument.
We don't have the patience to like sidestep so much stuff.
Just like it just sounds anti-fun. Is what I hear.
Why?
I don't know. It's just what I hear when I hear responsibility.
Your responsibility?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, it can be fun, but it has to be the objective.
I don't know. I just still hear anti-fun. Fun
No, I mean-
suckness.
I mean, yeah. We
Fun
will still
destroyer.
fail on it, but we will be responsible for 10 minutes and set up a goal, and then hire INTJs to do the rest.
I think
Well,
we're
for
confusing
10 minutes you'll be
objective
responsible, and then
responsibility
you won't.
for like stability and reliability.
Oh, that's why you give the responsibility to someone else so you can have fun.
Yeah, but only
See,
ENTPs
for 10
can
minutes
do
you're
that.
having responsibility, but then once the 10 minutes is up, you're not responsible anymore. That's when you're having fun.
Yeah, just the whole idea, the concept of being responsible, like responsibility as a state of being. I don't understand that.
Yeah,
Like
I don't.
responsibility as an assignment of agency. That makes sense. You're like,
I
I accept
understand.
that I was the agent, therefore I'm taking responsibility for this, but I'm not being responsible. That doesn't even make any sense, honestly.
I mean, if you're responsible, you don't discover things, and that's counterproductive,
Right. I think
especially
they just
for an
mean
ENT.
reliable.
For an
And also
NTP.
not fun.
Yeah.
I'm just
There was
wondering.
this- oh yeah. I don't know what Eric has against INTJs. Because I feel like INTJs are like the best fucking thing that can happen to an ENTP, honestly.
I was gonna say I like INTJs generally.
INTJs are the best. I just feel like they're the aristocrats I ever wanted to become, but it will be too much work. And I'm just like, wow, I'm jealous.
I don't know.
So,
I
come
feel like
on,
I faked being an INTJ when I was like a teenager, and then I got done with that. I went back to being me.
I
Is that
don't
called-
remember. I don't remember actually faking being anyone, and that's.
I didn't
that's
know it at
partly-
the time. Like I almost realized it later, and I was like, I did some evaluation stuff to like figure out what was stressing me. I was like, I need to both physically and psychologically analyze myself and figure out what points of like useless energy draining I have, and and like silly like constructed stress points. And I realized that I was associating a lot of external value with stuff that really didn't match my internal inclinations. And so I actually started acting a lot more like an ENTP then. It's like, oh, why am I worrying about this? Oh, because like my ISTJ mom like has been telling me since I was a baby that was important, or whatever.
Yeah, I see.
And there, like most of the stuff I didn't notice, but there was a few like lurking things that had just been like so long and so constant that I realized like, oh, I don't actually care about that.
I mean, I'd like to have an INTJ as like a permanent partner, like
That would be sweet.
somebody living with on the same house, maybe a soulmate, but that would be too much consideration. Like I don't know,
I know.
even like a roommate, sort of.
Yeah, you just need like a
Intern slave.
like a cooperative.
Yeah,
Minion.
like the
You're
thing.
like a minion that doesn't know it is.
Yeah, like you gotta put it
No,
on
I
a Craigslist,
mean- I mean,
Craigslist ad and disguise it so it doesn't
No, I-
sound. You gotta make it sound nice and prestigious.
No, but I mean the INTJ.
Yeah.
I would like, connect with another person, so we could help each other, but permanently, As we're talking right now, we're just communicating throughout this channel, and then we go on with our lives until we communicate again. But I mean, generally, like living a united life with an INTJ will be nice because the INTJ will cover all the holes. I forgot.
So you
Yeah.
want a soulmate?
What?
So you want a soulmate?
Not just any, an INTJ.
Well, isn't that what a soulmate is? A soulmate isn't just anybody.
I don't know. That seems
Yeah,
like
but-
to imply some sort of extra dimension of.
And mine is
It's unnecessary.
I mean, you cannot do everything on your own. That's why people have mentors and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And an INTJ would be pretty beneficial, I'd say.
Yeah, I relate to your plan
Yeah, too bad
because I'm
there
like
are.
I don't want like a non like productivity and usefulness increasing relationship, but I would like a person more closer nearby more of the time. That would be handy.
Courtney wants to
I
talk
had,
to you, Eric.
I kind of had an INTJ mentor when I was in Hawaii, and that was pretty dope. He was only like, I'd say like 6 months. He was about a year older than me, but like, they have like a certain maturity, so it felt like it was actually a few years older than me. But he didn't treat me like I was stupid. So he didn't treat me like if I was like a dummy or like a kid. But he definitely helped me out and be less spread thin and sporadic. Pretty cool. And you have some dope ass conversations too.
I don't know if I can call him my best friend, but I think my best friend is an INTJ.
The funny thing about INTJ is like no matter how close you get with them, they won't really like let you say like, "Oh, you're my best bud." They'll be like, "That's," well, at least my friend, he was like, "Yeah, that's gay." No,
I
we
think
hung
that's
out.
rather a DP thing.
Hmm?
Then I think that's rather a DP thing. I think that INTJs could be like friendly and stuff, doing all that wacky fear like stuff, you know. I mean, INTJs can quite open up, but they're like super private.
Yeah.
Like every single bullshit confidential. Some next level FBI shit. What did you have for breakfast? Confidential. What will you have for dinner? That's a secret. It's like if they're imagine like top secret stamps. If you gave an INTJ a top secret stamp, the whole room would just be red.
Yeah, it seems like I have a lot of kind of like periphery friendships with INTJs, but not any like super close ones. Like I tend to get closer to like INTPs or something,
That's true.
Yeah, but I discovered that
but we don't get as much done.
INTPs
That's true.
INTPs are good to talk with, but they can kind of like ENTPs wander off to their own thoughts, and they are not as playful, which is a major factor.
Yeah. And it's fun with an INTP because then you feel like the almost like INTJ-ish like getter, like you feel like slightly more mobilizing.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I'm the mobilizing one, which is both good and bad, but it's definitely interesting.
Yeah, being next to an INTP gives you like that sort of mentor feeling, which is always great for an ENTP.
Yeah, you realize that I'm not the last person to, be like, hey, let's actually do this thing. Let's get it done. I'm like the second to last person. So
Oh, yay! Yeah.
yeah, I have an INTP friend that I collaborate with on some writing projects, and it's like I end up being the one that's like, because I'm slow and I miss my own deadlines, but then I end up being the one that's like, hey, how about that thing that you're going to do, and actually like reminding her to do things.
I actually think that INTPs are more responsible than ENTPs. Everybody's more responsible than
everybody's more
like
responsible in that
INTPs
way.
are like super organized and shit.
Yeah, much more like strategic, like long-term strategic, and kind of like
Programmers.
consistent in moving forward.
Yeah, programmers.
Yeah.
Like whenever I see a programmer mind, I'm like, oh, that must be an INTP. Like for sure, that's an INTP.
Yeah.
It's kind of profiling there, Ash.
Hmm?
That's sort of profiling.
I
What do you
mean,
But you're probably right.
yeah.
I want to stress the following thing while I'm here briefly. I got a bell.
Mhm.
I just got a message, blah, 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 blah. Who cares? But the thing is, I want to stress this. The dispute here that we've had of late, from my perspective, has been about when and when not is it a good idea to limit discourse. As a general rule, there's nothing anyone can do that makes me say they should have less access to be able to express their discourse in general. So for me, that whole issue is about where is the line drawn where we say, I so much object to your behavior that I'm willing to accept the limitation of your access to discourse as a consequence of a naturally occurring other consequence. So, I mean, it's like it's possible to imagine that it's totally appropriate to boot and do what we can to maintain the bootedness of somebody who's causing problems. The question is, what is it about their discourse that's unacceptable? To me, that's the question. So Osiris's discourse was unacceptable because it was fundamentally dishonest. Courtney's discourse is fundamentally dishonest in some sense, but like more honestly dishonest somehow. I don't know. But regardless, the point is, Osiris wasn't prevented from coming back here. He realized he lost the battle, lost the war, and didn't come back. In contrast, Courtney has been prevented from coming here multiple times and keeps coming back. So the question then becomes, well, what do we prioritize? Are we afraid of that discourse, or are we afraid of her behavior in some way, or what kind of harm is going to cause, or why is it better? Why is the world in general better served by limiting discourse in this instance? Is the question. I believe it is better served by limiting discourse in this instance for reasons I've already articulated and we'll go through again. But I just want to make sure that everybody, to the extent that we're talking about this, it's framed in those terms. This is not about fucking Courtney, for Christ's sake. It's about whether and when to limit discourse and why. What justifications do we have for that? So anyway, I wanted to say that before I hit the road. I got to bail, but it was a message I just got from Lady Drama Pants there that made me want to say that, because she, of course, has always misinterpreted the situation, thinking it's about her in some regard. Not about her. Anyway, thanks. Back to you later.
To be honest, I kind of zoned out the whole time.
Me too.
I feel bad, but also you can't do anything about it, so I probably
Don't feel
shouldn't.
bad.
Me three.
People zoom out when I
Everyone zoned out completely. Just everyone just completely just like it's another space. My mind is still like amusingly laughing about that ENTP AI and INTP AI. Just fucking shit up.
Oh, please don't curse.
Your distortion and lag is like too much. I can't understand what you're saying.
Please don't curse.
Can you speak normal American language, not robot? See, this is what the ENTP AI would sound like. Trying to make communication.
Nah, we do care. We just are good at hiding it. It's like the
We
least...
don't care a lot.
As much.
We
I
care
mean-
little enough that it's okay with our like.
I mean, we care a lot,
The
but we
whole
just have a
situation.
short attention span. It's like I'm having
We
an
forget that we're caring.
Yes.
It's like, oh, we care. Oh, wait, what was I doing?
It's like you forget that there's a. It's like something like in a box. You forget that it's there until you trip over it, and then there's
Yeah.
just spikes
You
everywhere.
trip over it, and then you like get back up, and you're like,
That's
What was I
feelings
doing?
for that's basically ENTP's non-stop. Exactly feelings. It's like, should I be sad now, or oh look, a butterfly?
yeah, pretty much. We don't have the patience to like actually figure out what we felt.
What?
So like, I'm trying to think in my head, like, what happens? Like, do you just try to do something fun, something else?
Okay, cool. All right.
I when I need the way I deal with emotions is I substitute them. I'm like, all right, this person can be replaced. I'm no more sad.
It's like
No,
you
where's
feel
that?
it, so you look at it and you go, huh. And then you make some sort of like analytical determination on the fact that it was there.
I'm like,
Like, you justify it?
You could justify it and be like, I'm gonna roll with this. Or you can be like, well, that's not doing me any good. Like, what was the point of that? Moving on.
Like you just
No,
reject
no.
it like bad. You just take a stick and then you just like push it away off a cliff.
No, that would be fighting FI with FI.
Okay.
I mean-
okay.
I mean,
You're just like, that's curious. That's interesting. That's not that interesting. Okay.
I mean, at least I know to some extent how people work, so I just apply the external things on myself. Like if there were two people inside my brain, and I was manipulating myself towards something, so I kind of give myself a distraction to manipulate myself towards one way. Like, I cannot fall in love with that person, therefore I'll fall in love with totally another person until I'll again be too deep, so I'll do it again and repeat the cycle forever. Screw evolution, right?
Right.
That's-
You both negotiate with yourself and manipulate yourself.
And manipulate myself because I know I have the reptilian brain within me, so I'm like, I can't fall in love.
So do you
Yeah,
try to
so
like
much
convince
fun.
yourself, like you try to persuade, debate yourself, like you don't want this, this other thing, and it's like some other distance. So just like
I don't understand. I understand feelings within others, in my opinion, but I don't understand my feelings. So what I do is I make myself an external object and manipulate it in a way I find fitting for my desires at the moment, which is maybe chocolate or something.
Hello,
Uh.
Karen.
So are those your desires or your whim?
No, I just sort of delude myself. Damn it.
Yeah, I have like a quote from an interview I did. It's like, a well-considered delusion can be invaluable. I'm like that. That's what I do to myself all the time. But it needs to be a well-considered delusion. You know, it's like it's a logical delusion.
Like it's not too far out there.
But it's just like a purpose-serving delusion. Like it was like, this is the solution to this problem is this delusion.
Yeah, because
It's like to get to a goal instead of somehow making you spiral out of control or go somewhere else. It's like a
Yeah,
control delusion.
Exactly. It's
Mhm.
like
To me,
it's a
a goal.
well-considered delusion.
exactly.
I don't know how to
Consider
define
it.
it.
It's
That's
Yeah, it was
almost like
considered. It didn't just show up, and you didn't just randomly pick it. You're like, it was well considered, and now it's a delusion. And you,
It doesn't crash on your
Worse.
couch and then mess everything up and eat your food and leave your fridge open and then it just stole your car and you gotta go chase after it.
no, we do that, but we get to the goal.
Okay, or it's part of it. It's
Yeah, it's a
leading
part
you
of it.
to where you're supposed
I was
to
gonna say,
go.
we're the person crashing on our couch and making a mess of things, so we don't really.
Yeah,
do
but
anything else.
Achieve
I mean, the
our goal.
delusion, being unconsiderate. I was trying to work with that
Oh.
word.
It's
That's almost like the basis of cognitive behavioral therapy. Giving you well-considered delusions to modify your thinking.
Like baby steps, like they can't
What's
fully accept reality, so you know what? The
Like,
next step, consider it delusion.
who's the first person the third person? There are
Oh,
three voices
the
I hear.
Huh?
There are three voices I hear, and I can only identify one.
Oh, I'm new.
Conscious. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about something else.
I only see three.
There's me and
pictures
Cats,
with my-
and somebody else was talking.
Can you just say your name, all of you?
Okay, cats.
I'm Phoebe.
Oh. Wait, what?
Oh, hi, Phoebe.
Hi.
Oh, so
I haven't heard your
Sparkling
voice.
Lemon.
Nice to meet you.
Cats?
In voices.
Wait. Sparkling Lemon is Kit Kats?
Yeah, that was the
Yes.
closest thing that that I had
good,
was in
good.
my hands. So I tend to do that. Before I had ice cream Snickers, and then it's gone now. I didn't throw it
Oh.
out. I changed my
Haven't seen
name.
you in a while.
Yeah.
Alright, continue. Go.
What were we talking about?
I don't know.
Consider delusions.
Oh, yeah.
Self behavioral therapy. Like I do that all the time. Like I manipulate myself.
Is it like
Nobody
the
else is
same?
gonna do it. I don't even
Yeah.
listen to myself, so I can't like tell myself to do things. I have to like manipulate myself into doing things.
Is that like the same thing when you trick yourself to like clean your room or something? I know it's a boring task, but like I try to trick myself into doing it.
See, I know when I'm trying to trick myself.
It's like I know I
These
want
things
to
over
do
long periods of time, and you have to kind of like separate into like Ash was saying, like you look at yourself like you're another person. It's like you almost like
no.
dissociate into different people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I know what you're talking about. It's just I don't know how to express it. But like I kind of do that sometimes. It does not all the time. Sometimes it doesn't work, and it's just like I'm gonna be lazy. It's too that. I don't. I guess.
I mean, I could
It doesn't
send
always
you
work, but
a
sometimes it does.
snapshot. I could send you a snapshot of my room, and you'd be surprised there are no cockroaches yet. So
Yeah.
no, ENTPs don't commit much. Wait, why are there two piles of clothes 10 meters away from each other?
So the things you
Remember-
have. This is the pile of clothes that's really clean enough that you could wear them again.
Yes, I have those.
And this is the pile of clothes that, for that week or for whatever like random SI reason, I was like, that's where I was emptying my pockets and like changing into my pajamas. And then that week I was doing it over here in this side of the room.
Yeah, but you're actually right.
I have various files like that. But
I
I
know
try
I
to
have
condense
that.
it.
I always
There are
laughed. That
some-
was one of the things the stories my mom used to tell about my dad was that when she met him, like he had his apartment and he had these like piles of different level of dirty clothes.
Different levels.
Like,
As the dirtier it gets,
washing
so
clothes,
does it
like,
get
you just
higher?
Go to the like medium level, cleaner level until you would only wash clothes like when they were all in the like too dirty to wear pile or whatever.
And the
And
dirty-
she would laugh, and I'm like,
I do that.
I do that. Because it was funny because my mom would complain about it when I was a little kid, and later I realized I'm like, I totally do all the things you used to complain about my dad doing.
It doesn't end for her. It's just more fun, just continued.
Yeah, I get after somebody. I look
mean-
at her, I just like explain this. I'm like, look, you married him. Were you expecting like no perpetuation of any of his particular
it's
habits?
too much
And
more.
she's like, but you don't have to be. And she told me, she's like, but you don't have to be as much. You don't have to be like him. I'm like,
See,
no.
okay, when you married Audra's mom, married Audra's dad, there was always the risks that this would happen, okay? There's always a slight
Exactly.
risk.
It's
So
like
you
there
can't
was-
just be upset.
Yeah, I do feel like I said, I feel a little sorry for my
Argument.
mom because she married an ENTP, she got 2 ENTPs and an ESTP. So there's like, yeah, she's
That's fun.
it went mostly in the other direction.
Oh man.
She's like the only one who cares at all about having like a clean house or anything in its place.
I don't know. I would totally like get a laundry robot if they had them because that's like my downfall. Like my room will be totally clean and organized except for the laundry just all over, just like taken over, you know?
I have a very hard time like convincing myself to like fold laundry because I'm like, why are you doing this extra work for a thing that's going to be immediately undone that serves no obvious purpose other than to more organizedly put it into drawers?
Right, yeah. And to take it from the laundry basket and put it into the drawers. Like I'll have
Yes,
like
I don't do
piles
that very much.
of laundry just like hanging out for weeks. And it'll go straight from the laundry basket clean to
Mhm.
the laundry machine dirty. It's
Yeah.
so stupid.
Well, one of it is I've accidentally accumulated enough like t-shirts that I can go way too long without doing laundry.
Yeah, no, I relate to that.
It's like you don't know how long I can actually go without doing it. It's a very long time.
Yep.
But then you need more
It's
of
like-
everything else.
Laundry every 3 or 4 months, and that's when I'm being generous. Yeah,
See, the
In fact-
future when it's great.
which is a lot of
there'll
dirty
be-
laundry sitting around.
See, I just thought of a great solution in the future. What's gonna happen is you'll have like those 3D printer machine things that'll just make new clothes, and when your clothes are dirty, you just throw it into the fire incinerator, and the machine will just make you new clothes. You have like the same design, so it's like the same exact looking shirt. It'll just make and weave whatever a new one. So never have to do laundry ever again.
I was about to say a similar idea. Damn it.
What
Like,
was it?
the-
Say it.
Like, I was rather thinking of like an all-body plastic bags. You'd be every day.
You just
like, Right.
like
Cleans it up.
shrink wrap machine.
Just like wrap, just go into it through one hole. Even clothing up is too much work. You just go in it through one hole and throw it in the trash at the end of the day. Would be nice.
Plastic. What do you call it? What's the word for it? Disposable clothing.
Disposable clothing. Yeah.
That is what it is. It's either by fire or plastic. There's two different styles.
Biodegradable.
Yeah, you see, Ash, you can like you can advertise more with your
The better
idea.
solution is just like self-cleaning clothes
I will
that just
forget.
kind of like have like nanobots or microorganisms or something that just kind of continuously refresh them. So you don't really have to take them off or wash them ever. They just kind of take care of themselves.
Yeah, I was having this fantasy for a few years where I just imagined that there were like robots taking care of stuff, like brushing my teeth as I was slowly waking up.
Yep.
And 10 minutes after finally waking up, I have my breakfast ready and am at the chair, which automatically moved from my bed, closed on with a suit, and my everything's ready.
Yeah, it's like some sort of like the dream is some sort of cross between like, you know, the more exciting like evil villain layers with all the like tubes and crazy
Mhm.
kind of funness of the whole thing.
Yes,
And then
I
like
definitely
George
want
Jetson's like morning routine. Like some combination of those two things.
Yeah,
I definitely want them.
it makes me think of the scene of Wallace and Gromit where everything was automated. But this was a different time. It's talking about like SI stuff, and it was like sometimes I'm so lazy. I just wish there was a design where basically you just get around by rolling off the bed, but the bed is like has an incline on the side, so you roll to one side, and there's like an automatic shower, and there's a drain there, like a drying process too, and everything's like ground level where you press buttons, so you don't have to really get up. And then once you're done, you roll back to the bed. There's like some kind of a machine where you can get clothes on. You just roll onto it and it attaches. It's like Velcro or something. And then, yeah, it was just like the whole system, like the whole house is like soft foam, and it's all like with inclines, and you just roll around.
We would all become those pretty people from WALL-E.
Yeah,
Which doesn't sound all that bad, I'm just saying.
but
I don't want to like lay around all day. I just don't want to have to do the mundane things.
no, but you're rolling around. That's the thing. You're moving.
I don't want to roll around. No.
No, I've imagined like this sort of thing where it's no machine. It's just like you've hired a servant, and
Okay, slaves.
and
Yes.
they not just a servant. And they like clothe you up and everything. They like put you in a limousine whilst you're sleeping. And you wake up at the spot you're supposed to be at your job in a
They
limousine.
like put you in a limousine with like a IV of caffeine.
Yeah.
And then when you wake up, you're like ready to go and you're dressed and you're like, haha. Yeah.
Yeah, you're just like ready, and you're just
Minions just pretty much solve all problems. Like I wish Minions were easier to come
Like 2 minutes from your job, including all of that mundane things around it. That will be cool.
Yeah.
It's like having super assistants around.
Yeah, that's what I want to do when I become rich. If I become rich. No, I'll become rich. Totally.
I like it. It's like, why do you want to become rich? It's like so that I can have minions. Like that's literally the only
Yes.
That's the motivation to be rich, is to have all SI things done for you. You don't have to. You don't actually have to do it. It's all taken care of. I used to kind of wish that when I was younger. Like I wish I was like just I don't have to worry about this stuff and just focus on cooler things.
Yeah, I'm just like.
I don't really care about material wealth. I just kind of don't want to do stuff, and I don't really want to be limited.
I can live in a hut, but as long as I don't actually have to brush my
Yeah,
teeth.
no, that would be fine with that.
Yeah,
Somebody
like,
else has to clean the hut. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll just work really hard at something and get enough money to cover for the mundane things. So like, working 12 hours a day, but I get a servant that brushes my teeth.
yeah.
It would be-
It could be like one of those robots. Like, have you guys ever seen the anime Chobits?
No.
Okay, well,
No.
anyway, so the way you turn the robot on is there's a button on the robot's, and they're like these female robots. And so what happens is like, there's this button that's on their crotch practically, and you have to like reach in and you turn them on that way. It's
Pun
kinda clever.
intended.
Yeah.
It's entirely relevant.
And so no, it's completely relevant because then you could have like you could get like a Chobit, and then like, but it could be a sexy Chobit. So then like it could have a vagina and everything, and then like you could fuck it, and yeah, it'd be wonderful.
Isn't that what Japan, anyways, is making? Pretty
Oh.
much.
Yes, and
Yeah,
then
like-
you could get that to do all of the things that you'd like it to do. That'd be
So
fantastic.
they're creating synthetic women.
Yes.
Okay, I'm kidding.
And it has like a fleshlight kind of thing inside of it, and then like you could take it out, and then like if you don't feel like having sex with it, you could just be like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna masturbate myself, so that like you know you can do that. Fuck it, you know, have a ball on it. Shit, it can make like
Do they have fleshy boobies?
yes.
So
That's
basically,
nice.
you want to have an abusive marriage, but you don't feel like having a real actual person to take
Yeah,
that.
none of the
Yeah.
emotional work. Yeah, I like none of that. Just
I feel like minion implies a certain sort of like professional,
Minion.
relationship, but what you're going for is like beyond minion.
Yeah, it's like you could actually have sex with it, and then like
You're
you
going,
know,
yeah, the
it
proper,
can take care of
robot
you.
slave.
Why is that the important part of?
And then basically
of
a wife.
everything?
yeah, that way you don't have to go through the process of dating. You don't have to deal with all the bullshit of going through like emotions and shit. You could just have a robot there, and you know.
Is there like a mute option?
Oh yeah, sure. Like I mean, if it's talking too much, you can be like, "Shut the fuck up, bitch," and then like turn it off. You
Wow.
know?
Yeah, I don't know. I get kind of creepy vibes from that.
I don't know.
You guys,
I think
I
it'll
want
be
a
later.
gaggle of well-trained dogs that will do all of my chores for me.
Oh my god, I saw a video of that.
Yeah, but they
And
won't
then
do
they
the
come up
sexual
and
stuff,
cuddle and
or at least I
with me,
hope.
and it's just like the perfect little thing.
I just
saw
wish that. I don't know.
Sorry.
I kind of wish that there were like sexual robots that you could fuck whatever you want. That way you could just like not have to deal with anything. You don't have to go
They
date.
are.
But they could do other things besides sex. You know, like they are actually programmed to do shit for you, like brush your teeth. make your
then
bed,
get multiple
Enslave
robots.
humanity, all those things, you know.
Yeah,
in the
exactly.
Programming.
Get
Exactly.
multiple robots, or read 20 books on how to manipulate people. I don't know.
No,
Nah.
exactly.
I mean,
Ooh, yeah. I wish there were robots that could read books for you and then give you the knowledge.
Oh, that would be cool too.
All the
That would-
important stuff.
there are such things.
Okay,
I
so
mean-
it could be
Important.
it could be a robot that you could fuck. It could read shit for you. It could make your food. It could do everything for you. All you have to do is just like turn it on. That's it.
Wow.
It would be called the book fucker.
Exactly.
Note that the ENFPs also make me feel like TE and all practical.
Wow.
Nah, I guess I'm just in TE mode right now because like I go into TE mode when I'm really, really, really upset about something. So yeah,
I don't know. I feel like you're in FI mode because you're like, this would be really cool.
yeah.
But you haven't actually come up with like it's a bit beyond. I don't know. No, it's very TEFI. It's like I want this, and I'm not really concerned with the in between.
Yeah, I don't really give a damn about like
likelihood.
why it wouldn't work. It's like, no, fuck it, let's do it. It'd be great. Although, if it is a robot that you get it wet and it doesn't, yeah, you could get electrocuted while you're fucking it. But if you're into that sort of thing, that'd be good. So it just depends as to like the severity of electrocution. You know.
Ash, are you still there?
I scared him off.
I don't know.
Are we still talking about this
Maybe you
robot
couldn't
thing? Because I had an idea. I
I'm
want
okay
to say
to
it
move
before I
on.
forget.
Okay, go ahead and add
Yeah.
it.
It was back with the avoiding SI things with like automated teeth brushing. I was thinking you could just invent something where after you eat, when you eat like some kind of like after meal mints or candy or something that just cleans your teeth. It tastes good, but it also cleans your teeth.
Yeah.
Avoid brushing your
But
teeth
I mean,
completely.
most of the things you're talking about already exist. I mean,
They
what
do
do you
have
think are
Wi-Fi.
mint bubblegums?
That is
I was just
true.
going to say that most of this, I'm pretty sure, could be solved by like nanobots. So I'm moving
Yeah.
in that direction.
Yeah, no, like nanobots that taste
then-
delicious.
They
don't-
clean
Yeah.
your clothes like automatically, and then they clean your teeth. You just have like robots in your teeth that are constantly keeping
But I
them
mean,
clean.
most of the things you talk about are
But then what
like,
about the
already
sex?
existent.
And that's an important thing.
Nanobots
Okay,
in
they
your
can add. They
I
can
mean,
add
you can have a robot for that, I guess.
But I wouldn't want a
fucking-
nanobot necessarily because I don't know. I think something to
You would have
replace the
health
human
robots.
sexual experience, where you like to replace the whole bullshit that you have to go through with like bars and shit and getting to know people and feelings. Yeah, I think it would be really cool to I
Go
don't
to a
know.
bar. Go to a bar there. And
I just realized that I'm
those
kind of
feelings.
sounding like a dick right now. I'm so sorry, guys.
No, you don't. You just sound weird.
Ash.
Thank you, Ash.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's okay.
I think that's why you're so amusing. Is it's like you're always like popping into something like we didn't see coming.
Yeah, it's like
You're like on a thing, and you're suddenly like, "Woo, over here!" And you're like, "Did you see that coming?"
No.
Always
like
expect the unexpected. Dun, 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 dun.
I mean, it's like the thing you've said is something everybody is thinking of,
Yeah,
but nobody
The
says.
dude that I went to go see, he's fired. Fuck him. He's dead to me. Shit.
What? Never mind.
Pissed
Don't
me
say
off.
what. Don't ask.
No. I agree. That's why I never use like Tinder or anything because like it just takes so much effort to get to like the point where I want to be. You know?
Oh my god, he knew. Okay.
Oh my gosh, it's like way too much work. Even for the interesting people, it's like, and then like I'm just constantly like evaluating, like, do I want to put in another minute of effort? No.
I don't use that.
The
I just,
payout's not gonna come soon enough.
So that's some deep emotional connection right there.
Well, no, sometimes there is like a good connection, but I'm just lazy, you know? Sometimes you're just in the mood to fuck and you just like, that's all you want to do and you don't want to mess around with the like, how are you today? Or like,
how are you?
like, what's your life like, you know? You don't want to have the deep emotional connection. You want to have it in your bodies.
Alright, cool.
I'm too afraid of like the diseases, especially after learning anatomy class and having a professor that's like a researcher in pathology. She had a lot of cool information at the same time. It freaked me out. So I don't know. I used
Sorry,
to
I got-
worried about that, but then I just kind of thought, you know what? I'm not gonna even try to like push myself to try to find the perfect person. I'll just try to focus on myself and just have a good time. If someone cool comes by, then cool.
That's a good attitude to have because, like, whenever you feel like you have a gaping hole in your chest and you're looking for someone to complete that inside of you,
It's like
and
pressure.
it isn't just that, it's the amount of disappointment that you run into when you realize that 99% of the population consists of assholes. So,
Well, I mean, I think 99% of the population has an asshole.
that is true.
I hope.
I don't know. I gotta leave that 1% for the deviation. You don't know.
Yeah. You never know. They might be shitting some other way. I suppose I could think of several ways that somebody could shit, but
Well, no, there's actually machines for that. But I'm not gonna go into detail.
oh, this is interesting. Go into detail.
No, I know. I mean, I know of, but I don't remember. I have to look it up. I don't want to look it up.
Oh yeah, because you don't actually see that shit literally. Okay, sorry, shitty humor.
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking like people with problems with their lower GI tract. There's probably machines or pumps or something to help them. You
Is
know,
that
This is a
Is that
beautiful
the
conversation. I live for this shit. Literally, I live for this shit.
back to the puns.
Okay.
Wow.
No, I don't have a shit fetish, but I have shit humor. Literally.
Notice.
Yep.
Alright.
Me and Mozart would have been good friends.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that. She got me there.
I
I know.
want to become one with shit. Yeah,
And
that's a shit, man.
Neptune, you gotta go find a pile and then just sit in the middle of it, and that's how you will.
That is again beyond
Oh my
me.
god, what the fuck? Okay, that what the fuck?
What?
Holy shit! What the fuck, dude? Oh my god. Okay, that just pissed me off. I'm done. I'm done with the internet.
Seriously.
I'm done with the internet. Like, there's this dude who's just sticking needles in his mouth, and it's like a video of it, and it's just like really fucking nasty. I just saw that. I was like, oh my god, fucking shit.
Okay, I thought you were like reacting to my joke because you're saying shit a lot.
Oh
I
no,
thought
but
you were
shit,
reacting
yeah.
Yeah. Good.
I like you.
That's
And wait, INFP Phoebe?
There's 2 of us now.
Oh god damn it.
We're multiplying.
Hello.
Wait, okay, so then there are 2 INFPs.
The apocalypse.
See?
Wait. What name are you going by now?
Kit Kats.
Okay, K.
Did you guys both say
Literally
at the
K.
same time?
Kit Kat.
What, Neptune?
It sounded like you guys, your ums were synced up, but it could have been.
I
an
love you
echo.
guys. I love you all. You're my favorite group.
I mean, the openness is quite.
Wait, I have a more efficient way.
What?
She had some sort of an efficient way, and then she ran off.
That's exactly the reaction. It's like, what?
That's what ENFPs do. They're like, oh, I have this thing. I'm like, okay. And I turn around, they're gone.
Right.
I'm like, okay, you know what? I don't feel like running. I'm going to just slowly walk over that way.
ENFPs make me feel productive and subtle.
Yeah.
I mean, ENFPs always make me feel like the best person on the planet. It's just like, talk to me more, feed my narcissism, talk to me more.
Feeding the fire.
Tell me how good I am at maths. Tell me how good I am, how good of a person I am. Tell me how successful I am. Please, just keep talking to me.
Praise me. Praise me.
Praise me. Of course, I'm talking with you because of you, but you have to.
Well, I mean, here and talking. Sorry.
No, continue.
I was gonna say, of course, on talking with famous people, we have like a Jesus like cult thing, and the ENFP is the Jesus. I mean, so many letters. ENTP is Jesus.
Yeah, we're Jesus.
So it makes sense. It makes sense with the phrasing.
There are too many of them to be Jesus, though. There's only one Jesus.
Yeah, and it's Gaylord.
But we're never going to
No,
agree on one.
No, that's the ENTP group as a whole. That's Jesus.
We're going to compromise and agree that we all are. But we're not going to agree that we're all. We're never going to agree that someone else is.
Yeah, that's what it's going to be. God never dies because there's always going to be
Everybody's
one
like,
less.
this doesn't make any sense. And we're like,
I mean,
like,
Classic ENTP avoidance.
Do you guys feel like alpha male and things like that, those terms, do you think that they even have any relevance to like modern day socialization? Like when people refer to someone or themselves as alpha male, do you think that that's like an actual thing, or do you think that everyone just has their own scoring rubric, or do most people like agree on who's the alpha male and things like that?
No, I don't think it's as strong as it was before, but it's still a strong aspect. Although people have matured up a little bit and become more childish, so they don't give a fuck about that anymore as much. But it's still like a plus.
It's just, I think it's just interesting and silly mostly when people still go by those, like, I don't know, when someone's actively thinking about like if they're alpha or not, or who's alpha. It's like so strange to me.
I think there's still some like there's always going to be some underlying, like especially in person and in certain group dynamics, some kind of gut instinctual like competition stuff.
ETPs are
but
alphas at
I
the
think
end.
the like people that are worried about it honestly usually aren't.
I mean, it's just
like consciously and like really trying to go for that.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess like somebody's only alpha with betas around, but if
That I feel like alpha is determined by the group scenario. Like if the group treats you like you're an alpha, then you're an alpha. So even if like kind of with the Trump situation, right? Like if you have to pump yourself up to feel like you're an alpha, like you're thinking about it all the time, then you probably aren't inside an alpha. But like if the group is buying into it anyways, then you are an alpha.
Right.
Exactly.
But also,
So it
like,
doesn't
why would
matter.
you be proud of it when that just means that you're surrounding yourself with weak people who would even like go that far to consider you
Everybody's weak.
superior?
Well,
If,
I
if
mean,
you if you consider that weak, then you're saying that everybody's weak because everybody does that. Everybody's just non-stop bored and confused, and if you take the charge, they'll gladly follow because A, they'll have something to do, B, they'll trust your ideas, and C, they'll have a leader. And
I
these
mean, that's
three facts
okay. Like,
combined.
if we're talking about in a group project or something, hierarchy is important in that sense. But in social situations, like, I think it's ridiculous to consider someone alpha. I don't know. And then when I hear people acknowledging it and then putting themselves where they think they rank, it like genuinely makes me laugh. And it's like, really? That's how you think of things? I don't know.
yeah, I totally agree with you on a like how I live my life level, but like people do it. Like that's the like society we're in. Like it's so
Hold on,
frustrating.
I have to send you one very inspiring thing from a person I don't think is very smart, but they're really good at rapping, and they're white, so it's obviously Eminem. And they've said this one really, really, really important thing that you should take if you're thinking about such stuff in life, and that is the moment you as a person stop caring about what you say and you say on whatever is on your mind. At that moment, you stop caring. When you stop caring about being popular, you start being popular. And it even makes sense. Because at that point, other people know that you're not doing it to be popular, but for a certain purpose. So you should stop giving a shit, and that way, other people will give a shit for you.
Yeah, it's less about the behavior itself, the objective behavior, versus your relationship, your subjective distance internally from the action you're doing. So it's like if you're, yeah. So basically what Ash said.
Yeah. I mean,
what if somebody is putting on the act of not giving a fuck because they know it has that effect?
I think
on other people, then
I think the length of the
just
interaction, like I think the more fake it is, the less time it lasts. Like if it's a really short interaction, like you can go off of that. But the longer the interaction lasts, the more the fake stuff like gets found out.
Imagine the rogue kind of charisma of ETPs stereotypically or in movies. They don't look like they give a fuck. They just say every single goddamn thing they want to, no matter the social restrictions, without anxiety, and that attracts people. By not giving a fuck, I mean like not caring much about the consequences as much as the goals.
Right, but then, so you're not. So the way you're talking about it isn't an internal focus. You're now making that quote, which was very internally focused, external. Like the way I see it is that like society is very behavioral. Like society on the whole, like groups of people don't spend lots of time thinking about like, oh, that guy must have thought like this in his head before he acted this way. They just think, oh, Susie did this and it offended me. Or like, Susie did this, it's so cool. And so like, even just what you said just now, like ENTPs have this charisma, like that's very behaviorist. It's just looking at the actions on their surface. So if you act more like you don't give a fuck, which is a certain set of like characteristics, like behavioral characteristics, then you will be more liked. But that doesn't mean that you necessarily believe those internally, or society has any insight into your belief system.
I think
It's
there's
like-
something to be said about consistency of
bullshit.
behavior, though, too.
Say that again?
There is a level of authenticity or something to behavior, as well as consistency over time.
Mm-hmm.
So the more you're faking it, the less likely you're going to be consistent over time.
Yeah,
We're also really good at deluding ourselves and
Yeah.
yeah.
putting on acts and having dualities and